Hi, welcome. My name is Ted Lear. I'm the owner of popsdigitalworld in Salem, Oregon, and I do a lot of restorations of anything analog into digital. Today I'm going to review and unbox this new Kodak Reelz 8mm film digitizer. I've had a hard time getting this, and it's been kind of a strange coincidence to try and get this, and I actually was told by Kodak to order it from Amazon. Very strange circumstances to get this going. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to unbox this, we're going to look at it, we're going to see just what we got here. Okay, so let's get going. By the way, this is completely unrehearsed. I have no idea. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so in the top we have a Kodak Digitizer pamphlet with the instructions and user manual. We're going to find out a little bit more about this as we go along. We have a reel, which looks very similar to the one I have with my present one. So, yeah, that's pretty much a standard plastic reel. Let's see what we got here. We've got a cleaning cloth, a couple adapters for the 8mm Super. We got a USB cable to go out of the back, and we have a plug-in for the electric. Of course, there is no SD card included with this. Okay, so let's put this box over to the side for a minute. I'm not as sure. Like I say, this is completely unrehearsed, so we're just going to take a look and see what we actually have here. So it's in bubble wrap, and I see that the bubble wrap has gone through. Maybe they did that intentionally, I'm not sure. So, gone through the Reelz part of this. I saw some stuff that Kodak actually put out on this, which was very unusual to say the least. I asked them for some kind of a example of what they were getting, and they sent me a black and white 10-second thing of a little Boston Terrier dog. So let's see what I can tell you about this. From what I've been able to understand, just looking at everything that they had to say about this in a short little review that they have posted, this has a 8 megapixel, let me say, sensor. Okay, it didn't say it was a camera, it said it was a sensor, so I'm not sure exactly what that's going to mean to us, but okay. So here we go. This is the unit, and we're going to try and get this thing opened up here to pull up the Reelz. And by the way, this is pretty much like the rest of them from what I can understand. By the way, I've used several different models of different things, including Wolverine and Digit Now, Magnasonic. I've used a lot of projectors in the past. As you can probably tell, I'm kind of an old man. That's why everybody calls me Pops. I really have been through the gamut of 8mm film in the past. So anyway, this is like the rest of the units. This end of this is what I call a floater. It just floats the reel onto here, and strings up and goes on to this end up. This is the pulling reel, and then inside here we have the mechanism that forwards the film. So let me stop and get this thing to where we can see it and not me. So what I wanted to see was down inside here. I wanted to see whether they included the clips on the side of the opposite side from the feed roller side. So I don't really see that right now, but I'm going to string up some film and we're going to see. Of course, you all probably recognize everything that's going on here. This is the flip for doing the door opening and closing here. The 8mm film and Super 8 to do that. Okay, so it's pretty typical of what we've been seeing in the past. Okay, so the stringing is pretty much the typical thing that we see in the past. The thing that we've got that really is interesting is all the controls up here, which are completely different than what we have. But I'm going to show you how I set this up and how we're going to monitor what we're going to do, and I'm going to show you how I set up film. Okay, we're looking here in the back and we see that we have an SD card on the left hand side, a USB in the middle, and the regular power adapter on the side. That's how we're going to get everything going here. It's pretty straightforward, just like most of the other things. The thing that's different here is that it's a USB connection, and I'll show you how I'm going to use that. Alright, we're looking at the manual here, and I want you to see how you're going to end up putting this film under. It does have clips on both sides of the film, which is nice because then it gets to hold down the film on the right and the left, keeping most of the wrinkles out. So this may be a little bit challenging for you because there's not a lot of room to work, but it works. Okay, so here we go. The capture has several different things in it. Let me get this out of there. So when you turn the machine on, up at the top here, you'll have an OK button, and when you press that OK button, you're going to end up seeing this, and it says record. Now the thing is that if it's situated exactly like you want it, then you can go ahead and record. However, if it's not, then you need to change it. So the next thing you need to do is you need to arrow down to frame adjust, and then you would press OK, and then it would give you the ups and downs and the pluses and the minuses that you see up here on the top. So the thing is that right now this seems to be in a pretty good position. So we're going to say OK. So then the next is we're going to go down, and that's the picture. And the sharpness of the picture looks pretty good, but you could press OK and you got the exposure. So then you can go up and down, plus or minus, if you want to do that. Right now, this film is something that I've run several times with tests of all the different machines that I've gotten in contact with, including the Wolverine Pro, the Magnasonic, the Digitizer Now, everything that I've done in the frame-by-framers of the newest of the consumer models of stuff. So anyway, that's where we are. Well, okay, so what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've run the film that you saw me starting to run. That's the Mount Rushmore film, and I have taken it into my computer, and I don't do a lot of adjusting on these things. I let the software do what it's going to do more normally. I am doing it at 1080p on the output. So the problem became when I did this, it didn't look very good as it normally does. So I didn't see a change in the actual graininess and the noise in the video. So what you're going to see with this Kodak is pretty much typical of everything else that I've done. There's a lot of grain, a lot of noise. So I don't think you should expect too much when you get this. Now I still have a lot of questions about whether or not this is worth it or not. The film, like right now, it has stopped. So I've got to go over and do something about that. So hold on a second. I'm going to show you what I have to do. So what I got to do is I got to say OK, and it says close, and you arrow down to close and then press OK. So the question becomes, why did it stop? More than likely, what I'm always saying about these things is, for some reason, maybe the taping when somebody spliced it wasn't quite so good. This is a 7-inch reel, so this is a pretty big size reel, so you know this has all been spliced together. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift this where we have the gate there, and I'm just going to pull some film through, just maybe a few frames. Then I'm going to put this back down. I'm going to press OK again, and it will straighten itself out and go on. So this is the second time that I've done this in this reel. Now I've seen this reel from another standpoint in another reel that the same customer gave me. So I know that the splicing wasn't done too well. So anyway, it's back running again. So let's turn back around here and let's talk for a minute. So I guess the thing that I can tell you is that I don't see the advantage of buying this machine. By the way, this machine was $399.99 from Amazon. On the website of Kodak, it's $449. I don't know why that there's been so much secret stuff. It's like nobody wanted to do anything here, and I really couldn't figure out what it is. Why did we have this going on? So I don't know that I didn't test the tinting and stuff in that aspect, because I knew the film that I was running didn't really need that. So there might be some advantages to that, but I'm not really positive about that. And I didn't really want to buy this because of that, because, you know, if you really want to do color correction and get involved in that, you want to use really good software. And I guess the really good software for you to use is DaVinci Resolve 17. Now, it doesn't have everything in it. That's a free program, but it doesn't have everything in it. Now, in the studio version, you can have everything: dust removal, streaks, lines, and all that kind of stuff removal. It is really very, very good, but it is $300. So I'm still watching this film over here because the difference between me and a lot of the other people that are doing this is that I watch everything that comes through here. I'm the only one doing it, so I see everything and I know everything, and I tell my customer exactly what I see. And a lot of them don't know what they have. So, you know, I'm the guy that's telling them what they've got. And on the labeling on my DVDs, I put all the information that I can. Now on a stick, on a USB drive or flash drive or whatever you want to call it, I don't do anything. They just take that and they're doing different kinds of transfers with that, and sharing it with other family members. So anyway, I just wanted to get to the end of this so that you knew that we're not looking at anything dramatically better than Pro or anything else that you're running. Actually, I wanted to give you some heads up about some of the things that I've used in the past, and I wanted to give you the best thing that I've seen in the past. Years ago, I started using Tobin. Back in 2008 and 2009, I was using Tobin machines. Really super duper machines. I mean, great machines. Running at regular speed, video out directly. I was using it directly into a Sony Direct to disc. Things are really fantastic. So if you can buy a Tobin machine, I would buy a Tobin machine anytime over anything else that's made anywhere. Okay, now we're talking about a price of around $4,000 to $4,500. Sometimes you can get them a little bit cheaper, but most of the guys have bought up everything that they can buy up. I watched a thing from iMemories the other day. They have over 20 of those Tobins there. So the thing is that the likelihood of you getting a Tobin is probably pretty rare. However, I would like to tell you that your Bansky has several of those machines from time to time. And Urbanski is a great place to buy stuff. So if you don't know where to buy stuff, that's where you want to go to buy stuff. I have several machines. I have a movie stuff. I have a lot of different machines. However, I've had Elmos. I've had them all, just about. I mean, I'm going to be 78 years old tomorrow. So I've had a lot of machines. So take it from me. There are some great machines. $8,500 movie stuff. Great machine, but at $8,500 you better be doing a lot of film. Also, we have new machines being made that are archival quality machines that are really just super duper, but they're $16,000 to $30,000. So you're not going to compete with these guys who have these machines. Of course, they charge $100,000 to do a full-length feature film and put it into perfect condition. That's not my game at all. I'm giving my customer what they want to see. They want to see those images of when the kids were little and they were going around doing all the stuff that they were doing. That's all they want to see. They don't expect it to be perfect because they've seen it before. They just don't remember what all is on the roll. And that's what I do. I copy the roll for them so that they can see it again. So, the end of this is, if you're looking for a better machine than the other frame-by-framers, don't waste your time. This $400 category, $500 category, this is not any better than anybody else. About the same, I'd say. Maybe a little less problem with the actual film being held down, but outside of that, I don't see any really advantage for you to buy this machine. So, there you go. That's the word from popsdigitalworld.com, and if you want to check with me, you can always go to my website and send me some emails and that kind of stuff, and I'll talk to you about the real way to hook up the stuff. By the way, the USB connection is only good for going into your computer. I had a monitor and I was going to hook it up to the monitor the way that I do my other, but it didn't work. So just a word of caution there. The USB connection is a download connection to USB to your computer. So